Hello everyone, this is Thandile Mayekiso and welcome back to the Destination Show. I'm just going to do just a short video today. I just experienced one of the most surreal experiences of my life, which was sustaining a new stake president. And for those that may not know, a stake president is someone who leads over a group of bishops, and he leads over an area, a geographical area, right? So, for example, if I am in Mdantsane, as I am, then the state president in Mdantsane would be uh, the leader of all the ecclesiastical leaders within Mdantsane, meaning he would lead over the bishops from Mdantsane. So that's what a stake president is someone who's a leader, a guide, but also someone influential in how the church operates within Mdantsane or anywhere else in the world, right? And the bishops, they obviously look up to the stake president because that is their, you know, leader and someone that they look up to for guidance and support as well as direction. A stake president is someone very important within wards and branches. And so this week, I had the privilege to sustain the new stake president while also thanking the previous stake president, which is now President Mahlangabeza, who was now being released, with President Fonguza being, taking his place, being his successor. And for me, that was the first time I've ever done that. No, I'm mistaken. That was the second time. The first time we were still mixed with East Tanzania in East London, when I had to sustain President Van Heerden, uh, Dwayne Van Heerden to be specific, to be the state president. So that was my first time actually. But this time around, it was special in the sense that this was within Tanzania. Now we had split between Tanzania and East London. Now Tanzania was on its own, and East London is on its own. And for me, that was a very beautiful and special moment. It was also special for me because I am ecclesiastical leader, as I've mentioned previously, and so I had the privilege of being interviewed by the General Authority, Carlos A. Godoy, Elder Carlos A. Godoy, of the 70, in fact, presidency of the 70, and he was accompanied by Elder Dicky from Mozambique, who's also in Area 70. So, men of great respect and honor. They were able to bless us with their presence this weekend, and that was very special for me and something that I'll always cherish and hold dear to me for the rest of my life. Sustaining a new state president, I felt the spirit. As we were getting the interviews, we'd be asked questions of, who would I recommend to be the new state president, and President Funguza was totally out of my picture. Um, Totally out of my picture, but that's the beauty of a calling, because sometimes my suggestions may be only because maybe based on personality, someone that I might get along with, or someone that I'm fond of, or I respect. Obviously, I respect everyone, but then if, let's say, I don't know someone, so I don't know anything about that person, and therefore I wouldn't be able to, recommend such a person. But if someone I know and I've been under their leadership, for example, then I might be able to recommend such people. And it's the same with everywhere, right? Even if it's a job, if you know someone that has done a great job previously somewhere, you would definitely recommend that person. So it's the same with us. Well, for me personally, right? But in conversations with my wife actually called it out. She was like, "But I think it might be present for it might be because he's elder, because he's a he was previously a service missionary and also a stake high counselor, right? Previously a branch president, and then he was released from that to become the stake high counselor. And so it was a surreal moment that we know the discussions were happening, because I also could have been the stake president, because as all the ecclesiastical leaders are interviewed, as well as the stake high councillors are interviewed, so any one of those people might become the stake president or the councillor to the stake president. Well, that's depending on the stake president itself, because he calls his own councillors. So I had that privilege of being interviewed for the position, right? And I enjoyed my interviews. They asked about my family, myself, who I recommend, what I think the stake needs, what type of a leader the stake needs, and all those beautiful questions, right? And I gave them obviously my recommendations. Um, at least I got one right, because the first counselor um, is now someone that I did recommend to be the stake president, but he's now the first counselor, which is President Mao, someone that I really respect and love and honor. And but one thing I can tell you is that the new stake presidency are men that I love and I honor and I respect and definitely sustain. There's president being President Funguza, first councillor being President Mao, and second councillor being actually Bishop, the previous Bishop of Ward 4, Bishop Ngondi, close to my age. In fact, he's my age, right? So he's still young. So it was really special to be represented, my age group being represented. But the moment itself, it's not about the age, because all of them they're not quite old, they're not quite young, so they're just veterans in the leading of people, because they've led people, they've all been in leadership positions. Bishop Maho, President Maho has been a bishop. Bishop Ngondi, President Ngondi has been a bishop and councillor to a bishop previously, as well as President Funguza has been a branch president, and a stake high councillor. So these are men that have been in leadership positions. They know how to lead people. But now it's gonna be we will now wait and see how their leadership style is compared to President Mahlangabeza. But obviously we don't compare. We don't get favorites and all those things. I'm just saying, just because I'm having this conversation, right? But that for me was a very special moment, and so I really enjoy. And I thought, you know what, let me just share my feelings concerning the stake conference. And I think I'm going to do more of these videos where I just share thoughts on insights that I gain, maybe from my scripture studies in the morning, and all of that. So tune in, guys. You're gonna learn more about me and my spiritual journey, as well as what I do with my family, as well as my podcast that I do drop on every Sunday, which is more of the longer, longer videos. So these ones are just short, maybe like my just general thoughts that I have, maybe a scripture study that I have. I hope I'm able to drop this daily, but if not, every other day I'll be definitely dropping. But I won't be dropping just because of you know I'm just collecting information right now, and I'm collecting data, and I'm collecting content, and then I'll be able to drop those that I've recorded the moment that I could do get a good chance to drop all of these episodes. And so I do hope you guys enjoy. Please also help me so that my algorithm can reach as many people. So please subscribe, like this episode, and make sure that you share it with your friends and families, and you get to just learn about me and my stake, my area, how we do things. But the beautiful thing is that the church is the same wherever it is. The way it leads, the way it's led and guided, and it's structured, is the same everywhere in the world. So that is my two piece today. Thank you very much, and please subscribe, please, and share this with your friends and family, and tell them to subscribe, and that they tell their friends to subscribe. I love you all. Take care and goodbye.